Good evening and welcome to the evening news for today, Friday, December 22, 2023. I am Jemima Holmes. Thank you for tuning in. Now let's take a look at some of the lead stories tonight. Border controversy, PSC lauds President Ali government for efforts to maintain peace. No formal decision taken to hire U.S. four-star general, says VP. Government not rushing Marriott sale, proper scrutiny must follow, says JAGDEO, and government to resume overseas adoption of children in first quarter of 2024. Now for the news in detail. Following the recent historic meeting between President Dr. Irfan Ali and his Venezuelan counterpart Nicolas Maduro, Chairman of the Private Sector Commission, Kamal Singh, has commended the head of state for showing true leadership in ensuring that peace is maintained between the two countries amidst the ongoing border controversy. Vanu Manichand reports.
Chairman of the Private Sector Commission Kamal Singh reiterated the PSC's support for the resolution of the border controversy between Guyana and Venezuela via the judicial process currently before the International Court of Justice. He also commended President Dr. Irfan Ali for the successful outcome of the December 14 CARICOM-CELAC Brazil brokered meeting at the Argyle International Airport in St. Vincent and the Grenadines with his Venezuelan counterpart, President Nicolas Maduro.
On the border matter, the Private Sector Commission stands in full solidarity with the government and the people of Guyana that SCRUTINY belongs to Guyana, and we should explore all possible avenues, as has been done by Your Excellency over the last 2 or 3 weeks. You have showed true leadership when it comes to doing whatever it takes to maintain peace in Guyana, and not just Guyana, within the region. We must also commend our government for taking a firm stand that we will respect the ruling of the ICJ, and we will not buckle under no pressure to do anything other than waiting on that ruling.
During the historic Argyle meeting, Presidents Ali and Maduro came to several agreements, including that Guyana and Venezuela, directly or indirectly, will not threaten or use force against one another in any circumstance, including those consequential to any existing controversies between the two states. In a joint declaration titled Joint Declaration of Argyle for Dialogue and Peace between Guyana and Venezuela, the two presidents also agreed that any controversy between the two states would be resolved in accordance with international law, including the Geneva Agreement dated February 17, 1966. The two countries have also committed to the pursuance of good neighborliness, peaceful coexistence, and the unity of Latin America and the Caribbean, and are likely to meet again in Brazil in a few months' time. Prior to this meeting, however, tensions were high in Guyana and there were much uncertainties among the citizenry, including the local business community. Days before last week's historic meeting, the PSC had urged the business community to continue operations as usual and maintain confidence in the strength of Guyana's economy. Reporting for the Evening News, Vanu Manichand.
Government has not taken any formal decision to hire former United States four-star General Wesley Clark, who met with President Dr. Irfan Ali this week. Here are the details from Rupert Sinarine.
Vice President Dr. JAGDEO on Thursday explained that the meeting between Guyanese officials and retired United States four-star General Wesley Clark was a fruitful one.
We had a good meeting with General Clark. There will be no formal decision taken as to whether he'd be hired or not. But he is a solid person. You know, he was head of Southcom, head of NATO, and former U.S. presidential candidate, and very, very knowledgeable person.
President Ali met with the retired four-star general in the company of Vice President JAGDEO and Chief of Staff of the Ghana Defense Force, Brigadier Omar Khan. According to the Office of the President, discussions focused on hemispheric security and geopolitical relations within the Western Hemisphere. Meanwhile, the Vice President has indicated that government is continuing to pursue investments on the military front to bolster its defense capabilities.
We will have to increase our investments in the military, but our investments are of a purely defensive nature, and we had long planned this, and we have already started implementing this.
Rupa Sinarayan, The Evening News.
Before government seals the deal on the sale of the Marriott Hotel, the transaction must be properly scrutinized in order to protect the country's interests. This position was explained by Vice President Dr. JAGDEO during a press conference. Rupa Sinarayan joins us again with the details.
Vice President Dr. JAGDEO informed during a press conference on Thursday that there is no rush on government's end at the price of inadequate public scrutiny and that of the Audit Office of Guyana. His comments came amid concerns raised by American businessman Rami El-Batraoui regarding the impending conclusion of the transaction. El-Batraoui's company, XLLC, had emerged as a successful bidder with his $90 million proposal to buy the Marriott Hotel during the public tender process.
Let me make it clear that this company put in a bid. They have to remain faithful to the bid. And our negotiators have to ensure that this country's interests are protected in those negotiations. That the original concept of the bid is reflective in the signed agreements to conclude the sale. We're not rushing anything to satisfy because there's no desperation for money from this deal. The asset remains 100% government. We went out to tender. We want the agreement concluded, but it must be concluded in a manner that would reflect public scrutiny and scrutiny by the Audit Office.
The Vice President also indicated that his administration wants the matter concluded, but the National Industrial and Commercial Investments Limited, NISIL, is involved at the technical level to ensure its finality.
Once the bid was out, we, as I said before, we left it to NISIL and their lawyers to deal with the negotiations at the technical level. Let me just say that we want the matter concluded, but the executive will not intervene unduly into a technical process unless we believe that something is not being addressed to the satisfaction and to the probity of, or to the satisfaction of the original bid.
The Guyana Marriott Hotel, which opened in 2015, was constructed to the tune of $58 million. A feasibility study conducted by Miami-based firm HVS Consulting back in 2010 had outlined that the Marriott Hotel is likely to be sold 10 years after its operationalization at some $76.1 million. Rupa Sinarayan, The Evening News.
Do stay with us. More news ahead.
John Lewis Styles has opened a new department, now offering home goods. Here you can find quality sheets and towels, pillows, blankets and even bath mats and shower curtains. Organize your laundry with clothes baskets, fabric steamers, irons and ironing boards. For the kitchen we have small appliances, towels and mittens, pot sets and dinner sets too. Decorate the house with mirrors, picture frames, floating shelves and decorative pillows. All these and more on Waterloo Street. It's fashion for the home. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
Contractors, available at Sylvie's are Karcher push sweepers, equipped with dual bristles. These push-powered machines can cover over 32,000 square feet per hour, collecting sand, dust, and particles from roadways and project sites. Save time, use less labor, and earn more. Order yours now at sylviesonline.com or at our 31 High and Hatfield Streets or Lot 90, East Henrietta.
It's a new day with Shilling Oil. A unique blend of natural oils to help ease and soothe the day-to-day discomforts of life. Get relief from muscle and joint pain, headaches, and congestion. Shilling Oil lets you get back to the things you love doing most. Water relief with Shilling Oil. Distributed by Massey Distribution.
Giving you the best Christmas with Digicel. This Christmas, it's all about the best. Digicel is bringing you the best deals, the best prices, and the best cash prizes. Get half off and a whopping 50 gigs of data when you purchase the Samsung A04 for just $14,000, the Samsung A14 for just $29,000, or the Samsung A24 for just $35,000. That's right, half off and 50 gigs of data. It doesn't get any better than this. So why wait? This Christmas, buy nothing but the best. Offer good while stocks last. Digicel.
A third oil production vessel, the Prosperity FPSO, has begun producing oil offshore Guyana. This project was delivered under budget and ahead of schedule. The Payara development will take production to over 600,000 barrels of oil per day next year, resulting in more revenues for Guyana.
Welcome back. You're watching the Evening News. A 26-year-old laborer of Golden Fleece, West Coast Berbice, has been remanded to prison for killing a fellow villager. Andrew Carmichael reports.
26-year-old Nasio Allen, a laborer of Lot 14 Golden Fleece, West Coast Berbice, was not required to plead to the indictable charge, which states that on December 19th at Paradise Village, he murdered Dwayne Bias, also a 26-year-old laborer of the same village. Allen, who appeared at the Weldad Magistrates Court on Friday, was unrepresented. Magistrate Peter Yu remanded the accused until January 5th. Police had reported that the two men were at a shop playing dominoes when an argument erupted between them and developed into a fight, during which Allen reportedly pulled out a knife and stabbed Bias to his abdomen and then ran out of the shop. Bias reportedly collapsed in his shop and was picked up by his cousin and rushed to the Maikoni Hospital, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. According to the police, Allen, called Buckboy, went to the Weldad police station and stated that it was Bias who first attacked him with a piece of wood. Prior to Allen being placed before the court, the Evening News had reported that Allen arrived at the shop with a box of food which he was trying to share with the persons present. It was also reported that an eyewitness claimed that Bias had been imbibing elsewhere and had been a nuisance to persons at the shop. The eyewitness said when Allen approached Bias with the food, Bias took it and threw it away and told him that the food was sour. As a result, the two men got into an argument during which Allen reportedly uttered some words that disrespected Bias's mother. Angered, Bias reportedly armed himself with a piece of wood. The now dead man's mother said Allen and her son were school days friends. She said his father and her were classmates. An autopsy conducted on the body of Bias by government pathologist Dr. Vivekanand Bridge-Mohan gave the cause of death as shock and hemorrhage due to a stab wound, as well as a cut to the abdomen. Andrew Carmichael, The Evening News.
The Guyana government will be resuming overseas adoption of children in the first quarter of 2024. This is according to Minister of Human Services and Social Security, Dr. Vindhya Prasad, who notes that, on average, 200 children benefited from foster care services through the Child Care and Protection Agency this year. Trishelle Sobers has the details in this report.
Guyana had signed on to the Hague Convention on Protection of Children and Cooperation in respect of intercountry adoption in February 2019. However, the country had to update its local adoption laws in order to give effect to the tenets of the convention. The Hague Convention provides safeguards for children and families involved in adoptions between participating countries and also works to prevent abduction, sale, or trafficking of children. In August 2021, the passage of the Adoption of Children Amendment Bill 2021 brought Guyana's laws into conformity with international best practices under the convention. However, certain changes had to be made to bring the local system and processes in accordance with the updated law. Minister of Human Services and Social Security Dr. Vindhya Prasad told this newscast during an exclusive interview that the central authority that will be responsible for ensuring the process during intercountry adoption of children is seamless has been established. As a result, Guyana is prepared to handle overseas adoption.
We have established the central authority. We have the bill, which is now an act in place that would have been amended to be compliant with the Hague Convention. So we'll be resuming international adoption very early in the year. And we also have been continuing with our local adoption. So that's quite significant going forward.
Minister Prasad explained that while the services will be operational in 2024, child care and protection efforts will continue per normal.
We are currently and in next year also remodeling a number of our shelters. We have rehabilitated the Sophia kitchen. We're working on upgrading the whole Sophia complex as we have it. And we are working on two programs that I really am very passionate about, and that is the parenting program.
At the time when the Adoption of Children Amendment Act 2021 was passed, it was reported in the National Assembly that some 247 children from Guyana were adopted by both non-Guyanese and overseas-based Guyanese between 2013 and 2020. Moreover, in 2014 and 2018, the Human Services and Social Security Ministry recorded the highest rate of international adoption, that is 22% non-Guyanese, and in 2013 and 2018, it recorded the second highest rates of adoption by overseas-based Guyanese. Trishelle Sobers, Evening News.
A female detective sergeant is Region 6's best cop for 2023. The announcement was made on Thursday at the Region 6 Police Division's annual luncheon and awards ceremony. Our Berbice correspondent Andrew Carmichael has this story.
Female Detective Sergeant Keisha Dean Smith is the best cop in Region 6, East Berbice Quarantine. She joined the Guyana Police Force on December 1st, 2005, works in the No. 2 subdivision in the region, and has been instrumental in investigating a series of high-profile matters such as murders, robberies, and break-and-enter. She has investigated and successfully given evidence which was subjected to rigorous cross-examination. Thus, the region has benefited huge success where several persons were convicted and are currently behind bars. The runner-up best cop is Inspector Vikram Luknath, who has been involved in several drug eradication exercises over the past year where millions of dollars in marijuana were destroyed. Meanwhile, addressing ranks at the Regional Police Award event this year, Divisional Commander Senior Superintendent Shiv Prasad Bacchus encouraged the ranks to get themselves academically qualified. He further revealed that the region has recorded an 11% reduction in crime.
And I'm using this opportunity to encourage all others who are not there as yet to get themselves academically qualified. We also have support from the sisters agency, is the Guyana Defense Force, the Guyana Fire Service, KANU, GRA. We have the Ministry of Health, Social Protection, among others. So in Region 6, while we're celebrating, of course, the crime rate of the minors, I'm also pushing the ranks at some time to the brakes, meaning to the limit.
Bacchus pointed out that most of the murders in the region over the past year have been solved. However, there is the unsolved Rose Hall Town double murder.
We had a murder, alleged murder, past weekend that is in the Crabble Creek, and that is being investigated both from Region 6 and members from the major crime in Georgetown. Persons are in custody and assisting us also in that.
Also attending the event was Commander of Region 5, Assistant Commissioner Curtis Simon, who applauded the efforts of the ranks in Region 6.
I listened to your commander presentation, and that could only, the success you spoke about, could have only been achieved because of your commitment and dedication towards fulfilling your mandate. We're not living in a perfect world. Things will go wrong. But even in trying times, you need to hold your head up high and keep striving forward. Law enforcement cannot afford to fail, because if we fail, the country is going to be in total anarchy.
For the evening news, Andrew Carmichael.
And now for a look at the burst reports.
The Demerara Harbour Bridge is scheduled to be closed to vehicular traffic on Saturday, December 23, 2023 at 1:30 for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the Berbice River Bridge is expected to be closed at 13:30 on Saturday, December 23, 2023, also for a period of 1.5 hours.
Tala was out, Antigua in for CPL 2024, cash prizes donated for KFC tournament handed over, and Hope Moti seal T20 series win for West Indies. Details of these stories in the Sportcast, sponsored by MacCorp, coming up on the other side of the break.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.
Lamb's Chowmin, new look, new package. Lamb's Chowmin is a household name. Lamb's has been producing chowmin since 1960, so we have really perfected the art of making great chowmin. A new look and a new package with the same original taste and quality you've come to know and love. So look out for our new look at supermarkets countrywide. Lamb's Chowmin Noodles, always number one.
Giving you the best Christmas with Digicel.
Digicel is bringing you the best deals, the best prices, and the best cash prizes. Hold on to your Santa hats, because there's up to $50 million in cash to be won. Activate any data plan, and you can be one of 14 winners to join Digicel's Spin to Win game show, where you can win millions in cash. Activate a data plan today on the best network and make this Christmas the best one yet.
Digicel.
It's a new day with Shilling Oil. A unique blend of natural oils to help ease and soothe the day-to-day discomforts of life. Get relief from muscle and joint pain, headaches, and congestion. Shilling Oil lets you get back to the things you love doing most. Water relief with Shilling Oil. Distributed by Massey Distribution.
Superbet, your best bet. Win with Superbet. With many products to choose from, winning can be endless. Visit an agent near you or www.superbet.gy to play your favorite games. Must be 18 years and older